Hi everyone, so today I want to show you this card, which is a 5x7 floating aperture card. I've made some that's similar to this, and it was a 5x7 floating panel card. I did it as a 5x7 in a live stream, and I wanted to do an actual tutorial for it, but I thought let's switch it up a little bit. So I've changed this around a little bit and made it a bit more interesting and done an aperture in it. And it folds flat like that to fit in an envelope for 5x7, so that's all you do, which makes things really nice and easy. So you don't have to fold it up, you just literally fold it flat and it'll fit in a 5x7. There's space on the back to write your message. I haven't put my panels on yet, but I will be doing it soon. And then, yeah, you don't need any dies for this. You'll be very surprised to hear that. The only thing you need for this, the key, is something quite surprising that you will all have, I'm sure you will all have, and that is a roll of tape. Doesn't matter what the roll is. It could be this roll, could be one of the red tape rolls. As long as it's one of these bigger rolls, then you'll probably be able to find something that works. You might even be able to find a bowl, a small bowl that might work. But anyway, that's what you're going to need, so stay tuned to find out how we get this to help make this card. And it's not for sticking, so it's not for its original purpose. But yeah, everything on here is all from my stash. Papers from 2018, wooden letters, probably from around the same time, probably earlier than that actually. And this was again from a stash. This is something I bought on Amazon, I think, years ago, and I haven't really used that much. So yeah, so that's it. So let's get into it. Okay, so for this card you're going to need one piece that is 5x7, and along the 5-inch edge you want to score it at 2.5, and that's like halfway, so that's that bit done. Then you need another piece that is 8x6, and on the 8-inch edge you're just going to score at 2 inches, at 4 inches, and at 6 inches. And you might find that you need to trim a tiny slither off either end, but wait till we get to that point because you might not. So once you've done that, you want to go ahead, just fold this one in half, so you just end up with a piece of 5x7 like that, with a fold in the middle of it. Then this one here, we're going to fold it in half, and then what we're going to do is we're going to open it up, and then we're going to fold these into the middle, and this is where you want to make sure you don't end up with it bumping in the middle. So if you fold these in and you end up like I have with them overlapping, then what you want to do is just literally trim a slither off both of them. I do mean a slither. So I'm just going to take my cutting mat, a metal rule, and my Stanley, and I'm literally going to cut, I don't even know if it's like a 16th to be honest with you, it's literally a slither like that, and then we're going to do the same on this side, and again literally a slither. So once you've done that, you should find when you turn it over, yeah, so now they've got it's the tiniest of gaps, which is perfect. So this is going to be the back, this is basically going to be the front. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead first of all and add our panels onto here. So next up we need two panels, pattern panels. I'm not using matte papers, I'm only using patterns because I think it's going to be too much if I do both. I'm using, these papers are from this pack, which is Gardenia first edition paper pad. This is a very old pad from 2018, so it might still be available on places like eBay, or if people have got, have stocked it in the past and they've got copies of it still, but as I say, it's very old, so probably can't get it anymore. So I'm going to be using these papers. So these measure 2¼ by 6¾ and I'm going to go ahead now and just stick these onto here. Okay, so you should end up with that. Now the only other thing you need to do is put your white panels on the back. So if you want to, you can cut out, I will go ahead and do that a bit later on, but you can cut out your white panels and they'll be the same as these, so 2¼ by 6¾ So I'm going to put this to one side for now, and then we're just going to bring in this piece we've already done. Now, as I said in the intro, this doesn't need any dies at all. You can use dies if you've got dies that fit. I hunted my whole stash and could not find anything that actually worked. So that's why I ended up doing the method I'm now going to do. So what I'm using is I'm using a roll of tape. So find yourself a roll of tape that kind of works for you, and all it needs to be is I'm going to use the outer edge to start with, so it just needs to be slightly wider than your card. Obviously I needed an oval, but I don't have an oval, so I'm going to use a circle twice and do it that way. So I'm just putting that on so it's almost at the top, and then I'm just going to draw around like that. Okay, I don't know if you can see my pencil line. You sort of can see my pencil line. You'll see it when I cut it out. And I've obviously folded these flaps in. Okay, I'm going to turn this round, and I'm going to do the same again at the top. So I'm just going to put this on, make sure it's kind of got the same bit overhanging on both sides, like that. And then we're going to draw around the outside of the tape, like that. Okay, so with this now shut, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut along those lines. Okay, so you should end up with that. Okay, so then what we want to do is, with it shut again, we're going to bring our tape back in again. And actually, I think we might do it on, we're going to do it on the inside this time. So I'm just going to open it up. And then we're going to just lay this back on again, and you can just use, so the line you've just cut is going to be the top line of your tape. And then what you want to do is go from about halfway on the side and draw a pencil line all the way around. In fact, you only need to do it one side. You only need to do one side, don't need to do that side. Just do this bit here, this half of the, you don't need to do this side. Okay, and then we're going to turn this round, put this back on so that it matches up with our cut line. And again, we're just going to draw, but I'm going to draw on this side. This is the side I'm drawing on. So we're going to draw on this side here, like that. Okay, so hopefully you can see my pencil lines there. And then I'm just going to get a ruler, and I'm just going to join up where these two ends of the circle met each other, and just kind of make sure it's in line with this so it doesn't go off squiffy. So I'm going to do it back there, like that. It's not the neatest, but it's fine. And then what we're going to do is going to fold this in half the other way, just so that, you know, any pencil marks you're not going to see. And then we're going to cut this out. So I've folded it, so now instead of folding it like that, which is how I had it, I've opened it up, I've folded it in half, and I'm now going to cut along these lines. Okay, so you should end up with this. I'm going to turn it back around again. That's what the bit we drew on that side. Turn it over. So you're going to end up with that. Just pop those pencil lines back again. So you're going to end up with that. And you're also going to end up with this. Don't throw this away. You're now going to use this to actually cut out your pattern paper. So if we bring in some pattern paper, I'm going to use this. It's like a khaki polka dot. I'm going to draw it on the back, which is going to be a bit tricky because it's quite a dense pattern on the back. But anyway. And then we're just going to lay this down, and I would use the side of your paper for the side of your oval, just so it's one less thing to have to cut. And then we're going to draw around this, and I'm going to draw quite heavy so I can see it. It's not going to matter because we're not going to see. Okay, so I've drawn around it. You probably can't see my pencil lines, but anyway, there is a pencil line here going around, and I'm now going to cut that out. Okay, so there's my piece. It's not perfect. Just neaten up this edge a little bit, just so it's a little bit more. There we go. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a handmade card. So now we're going to score this in half. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and use your scoreboard, or you can just fold it. I think I am going to use my scoreboard for this. Let's just see. Oh yeah, it's perfect because it's about 3 inches wide. So let's go ahead and score it down the 1.5 inches. It's halfway, and then we're just going to fold that down that score line like that. There we go. And as you saw when I just folded that in half, it's not, you know, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's fine. Right, so this bit now is you don't need this anymore, but if you want to use it, you can. You might be able to use it somewhere else. And then we just need to bring our card back in. So what we want to do now is go ahead and put some wet glue onto this side. So this is going to be the front. This is the front of my card. So this bit here needs to be stuck down. So we're going to go ahead and add some glue onto this, and then we just need to take it, fold it over like that. Ooh. Try not to touch the wet glue too much. Bring your card in, and then you want to line up your halfway score line here and here on the frame with the one on the back of the card, and then stick that down like that. Now before, got some glue there, before we go ahead and stick the other one down, I want to put an acetate frame in. Don't worry about any marks you have here because they're going to be hidden soon. So I'm just going to get a strip of acetate. So I've got a strip of acetate here, and this is 1/2 inch by 3 7/8. And just check before you go ahead and stick it down, just check that it definitely fits across there. You might need to trim it a little bit so it fits in the crease on both sides. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open this up, and then we're going to put some red tape onto those little edges there, and then we can go ahead and stick that into the frame. Okay, so now I've put the red tape on. Just going to go ahead, peel the backing off, and then we're going to stick that down. I'm going to do it one side at a go. So we're going to go ahead and stick this down so it's kind of halfway, which I think is about there. I'm hoping that that's level. Let's just double check. Yeah. So then we'll take the backing off this side. Stick that down like that. And then once we've done that, we can then go ahead and put more glue on here and stick that down. Just make sure that your acetate isn't too thick. Mine's a little bit on the thick side. So then we're going to do the same again. We're going to fold that in, lay the whole thing flat, and just stick that down like that. So then when you open it up, then that little acetate thing pops forward. Just going to wait for that glue to dry. Okay, so next up we want to take the oval piece that we cut out, find which way you think looks best, and then this is just going to stick in the back. Now obviously because it was cut out, it should fit perfectly in that aperture. You can leave this bit out if you want, but I quite like the fact you've got that extra, you know, piece in, and you've got a nice border around the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down with wet glue. Another reason you don't want to go too thick is because obviously if we had mats and layers on this, then sticking any of this down would be a bit of a pain, especially this piece here. Thankfully we don't have to fold the card to get it into the envelope. It goes flat, which is good because then you haven't got to worry about the bulk of it being folded. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and stick this down. Okay, so you should end up with that. Now obviously you want to make sure it does still fold, so it will stand up, but it's going to go like that in the card, in the envelope, so you don't have to worry too much. So next we're going to go ahead and decorate. So I've got this, which I found in my stash, so I'm going to use that, amazing there, and then I'm going to try and find a have, a, and birthday that's going to go on. Okay, so I found these little wooden letters I've had for ages. These were actually Do Crafts ones, wooden letters from years ago. So I've managed to find, and again a miracle to be able to find all the letters that I need to say have, an, and then that will be amazing, and then birthday. So I'm going to have, an, and then amazing, and then birthday on the bottom. Now obviously because it's not being folded like that, I don't have to worry about them bashing together. So it is going to have a bit of bulk to it, because obviously it's going to be, you know, flat. You are going to have a bit of it, but they're not that thick. So it's not too bad. So yes, I'm going to go ahead now and just stick those on. Okay, so there you have it. There you have your card. So I'm quite pleased with the way that's turned out actually. It stands up nicely, and obviously you've got space on the back to write. I haven't put my panels on yet, but you can put your panels on the back. And then yeah, I mean if you wanted you could create a whole little scene in there, which is really cool. But I just think it's a really nice little card. And it's super easy, and obviously you don't need dies to do it either. You could do different shapes if you want on the front. You could do maybe a heart, just as long as whatever shape you use, it's slightly wider than this piece. If you have to make this piece slightly narrower to make it fit, then that, do it that way. But whatever you can do to then still have your score line here and here, that is going to work. And then obviously just whatever the height of your piece is. But yeah, I really like it, and I like that bit going in. I did this before, but I did it as an actual just like rectangular panel, and it only had a quarter of an inch tab, and it just wasn't enough. So I just thought then, oh, maybe we could do it so it's actually like a whole piece. But yeah, I really like it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you again next time. Bye.